Welcome. Come on in. Turn your cameras on. Say howdy. For those students that were here last semester, welcome back. Good to see you again. However, we have many new faces this semester. This class alone has grown by 6 students, but it's actually gotten more new students than that because we had some students that have switched out of virtual at the break. So we've replaced all those students plus 6 more because this class is 6 larger than it was in December. So welcome to all the new folks in here, and there are quite a number of you. So it's good to see you. Yes, we did have students that left at the break. Some of them wanted to go back to the building for whatever reasons they had activities they wanted to do. Others may not have wanted to go back, but our principal did not give them a choice if they were failing classes. If you were not successful last semester, the principal sent a lot of folks back to the building because while virtual is great, it's not great if you're failing and not getting credits. So the number one priority of here is to make sure you're going to graduate on time, that you get the classes you need, that you pass the classes you need, and get the credit for those. So if that's not happening, yeah, the principal is sending people back. So by the way, I'll let you know right up front, we're going to be having an assignment in class today that we're going to do together and turn in to get you those first easy points of the semester, get you started with a good grade right off the bat. So we're going to write some code together in class. For those of you who were in the building last semester and were not in virtual last semester, you were probably using code.org. I know a lot of the teachers of the intro to class use that. We did not use code.org in here. We use a website called Buzz. And I'm going to make sure during class today that you can get logged in because I've added all of you in our curriculum website. And we are programming. We've been programming since September in the language of Python. So we're going to work the next couple of weeks on getting you caught up on what we've learned already to get you caught up. And so that way you are ready to hit the ground running in a few weeks when we start our curriculum. So that's why today we're going to write some code together, and you can turn this um, in your Google Classroom, which it just posted. So if you've had the Google Classroom open for a while, you may not see this. I've added a week 19 assignment. I'll show it up here on the screen that we're going to turn in during class. Week 19 says exit ticket. Exit ticket. So we're going to have this. I've also added it in Buzz now as well. So if this doesn't show up in your Google Classroom, you need to reload Google Classroom. So if you're in the Intro to Computer Science class, it should show up and it should have the exit ticket. But we're going to do that together. So don't worry about, hey, what do I do there? Because when you click on it, you don't know what to do there. Attach your file as instructed in class. Well, we're just now having class, so you don't know what to do with it yet. Welcome everybody. See how many folks we got in here. We've got 20 students. We should have 26. We've got 6 folks that are not here. Got a few that need to get cameras on. And Lydia's driving home, so she'll get there as soon as she can. All right, everybody. Hope you had a great Christmas break. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you got to spend time with family. That's what really important to me. On holidays, you get together with some family. It may be family you see every day. It may not. Maybe you have some family that travel in, or maybe you travel to go see grandma or something. If you traveled, glad you made it back safely. People travel to you. I hope it was a real blessing to you to have those people. I have a daughter that lives in New Jersey. We flew her in. She spent a week with us at Christmas time, and I really enjoyed that. That means a lot. So I had all 3 of my daughters at our house on Christmas with their spouses and my grandson. Oh, I have to show you. I got my grandson a gift for Christmas that is just adorable. So he's going to turn 2 later on this semester. So he's not 2 yet, but I want to show you. So I got him. Here's a little fella. We got him a letter jacket. Got him a little letter jacket. So looks like he's ready to pick up his date for the prom. It's right there. I'll show you the back of it too, because the back of it's kind of cool. It's a bluey. It's a bluey leather jacket. So that way he fits in with all the cool kids now. He's got his little leather jacket, and so I just like to show that. He just, you know, he's my joy. I enjoy him. We're gonna pick him up after school today because his mama's gonna stay late. So we are. Shaylin, that's a good thing. I need to let everybody know because there's a lot of new students in here. I have two classes this period. I have Intro to Computer Science and I have Software Development. Software Development is our Programming 2 class. Intro is our Programming 1 class. So the way I do that in the same class period is I split this into two classes. So Intro to Computer Science meets from 8:55 to 9:40. We only do 45-minute class. Then the other class comes in. So at 9:40, you guys go take on your day, and my software development folks come in and they join me for class, and they have class the second half of this class. So welcome. This is a lot shorter class than you thought it was going to be. It's only 45 minutes each time, just because that's the only way I can teach two different courses in the same class period, because they don't learn the same things you learn. You don't learn the same things they learn. So this is a 45-minute class. So then you don't want to be late because we get things rolling and try to get everything done. First thing I need to do is, especially since there's so many new folks in here, and everyone needs to do this because, like I said, we're going to have something we're going to turn in during class today. We're going to go to Buzz. So for you new folks, let me show you how to do that, and then I want to make sure you can get logged in. Let me put this up on the screen. This is our Google Classroom. On our Google Classroom, on the front page, on the stream, right above where our meet is a link to Buzz right here. I'm going to go ahead and close my Buzz so I can show you. When you click on this, it will take you to this screen. You should see Bentonville Schools and a login up in the top right. So everybody go to that now. I'm going to make sure everybody can get to Buzz. Then for you new students, I'll give you your login information. If you were here last semester, I have not changed anything. You should be able to log in Buzz the same way you've always done. I did not reset passwords. I did not, everything should be the same. So if you're already in the class last semester, go ahead and log into Buzz. All right, for the new folks, for the folks that were not here last semester, I'll turn on the GoGuardian chat too. Be sure and stop me if you have questions here. If you run into any errors or problems, I want to make sure that you're up to speed before we get there. Your username right up here at the top corner in Buzz will be your Bentonville School email username. But only put the username part. Do not put at BentonvilleK12.org. Leave that off. Just put the first part. So if you're new, type in that first part of your email. So go ahead and click. I'll give you a moment. Go ahead and click on Buzz on our Google Classroom. Go to that window. To switch back and forth, by the way, if you don't know how to switch between open windows, if you have another open window, because we're going to have another open window in a moment. You hold down that ALT button next to the space bar. Hold that down, hit Tab, and it will cycle through any open windows you have. But go to Buzz. Type your Bentonville School email address up there. If you haven't logged in, if you're brand new, if you've already got a login, use your same password. All right, but for those of you who are new here, I'm going to put this in the chat as well. Your password will be online with a capital O 2026. Just for the new folks. Like I said, if you're here last semester, I didn't reset your password. You should be able to log in as you've always done. But use online 2026. I'm going to go ahead and log in on mine. All right, and I'm going to switch to the screen you will see here. Oh, gosh, it used to switch automatically for me. Okay, you should see a screen that looks like this. All right, so let me give a moment, make sure everyone can log in because we're going to do an assignment together in Buzz. We're going to work together in Buzz here. So make sure you can log in. Is anyone having trouble getting into Buzz? All right, great. Now I want you to click on a class. Some of you may have me for a math, or you may have a history class or something, but click on the programming, Foundations of Programming class. So we're going to go into this class. And you should see module 4 when you get inside there. Logic in programming. That is going to be where we are starting this semester in Buzz. But I want to point out something. There is a grade screen. If you go to the menu up here, we have an activity screen and a grade screen. And if you go to the grade screen, which is a great place to look at each week. Oh, I hit the help by mistake. You go to the grade screen. Go to the grade screen. You'll see this screen. And this screen has all of our upcoming assignments. And it will have all of our past assignments once we have past assignments. We don't have any past assignments because we're just starting this semester. But it shows you the due dates on the right side on the screen. January 11th, 18th, 20th. So each week you can see what is due. You can see what you've turned in. If I have it graded, you'll see what your grade is. This is a nice place to go each week to see, hey, have I got everything turned in? And what do I need to get done this week? I mean, I'll have that in Google Classroom, what you have to do each week. But the screen here summarizes real nicely for this course. So you can check that out at your leisure. But you'll see this week, first week class assignment. We're going to do this together in class. So first week class assignment is what is due this week. You can't click on it here. Here it just shows you what your grade was, which we don't have a grade for yet. You have to go back to the activity screen. The activity screen is where you would do anything. So let's open up this folder. And if we look at the first week class assignment, it simply says the first assignment due this semester is a short program we're going to write together in class. And if you miss class, I'm going to post the video so you know what to do. So right now, first assignment, we're going to turn it in Google Classroom here, but the first assignment is right here and I may try to set this up where you can turn it in Buzz if you want to, but right now I don't have a way to turn it in Buzz. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to go down to 4.01 decisions. It's listed twice. The first one is the lesson. The second one's the assignment. So go to the first one, the one that has a lesson. You should see this big if comes up on the screen. The power of if. Okay, we're not going to go through this lesson today, but this is where you need to start. When you get to this page, at the top, you see this little menu bar that's got some red menu. Click on the button that says idle at the top of the screen. There's a button right here above the if that says idle. And we're going to open up this idle window. So when I click on it, it opens up a new window. Now remember, to switch between open windows, hold down that ALT button next to your spacebar, Alt, and hit the tab, and it will cycle between any open windows you have. So every time you hit tab, it'll switch to a new window. So that's how you go back from this back to the meet screen. I don't want you to close this window because you're going to lose everything you do if you close this window. So use that Alt tab to switch back and forth. All right. Has everyone found the idle button? Found the idle button. Be sure, let me know if you haven't got there. I want to make sure you. So this is our assignment. This is what we're going to turn in. This is going to be our first 25-point assignment. We're going to do it together in class. So we can all do it together. All right. Everyone got the idle button. You have an open programming window. I'm going to maximize mine just so I can make it fill the whole screen. I've made it big where hopefully you can see everything clearly. Here's the first thing we're going to put. We're going to have a little experience for you folks that haven't written programs before. We're going to write this program together to give you a little bit of experience of what it's going to look like. So the first thing we always put in our programs is our name and our date and what is the program that we're writing. So we do that with comments. And a comment in Python is a hashtag or a number sign. So hashtag with your name. I want to put hashtag Mr. Brock. So start your program by putting hashtag with your name. And then the next line, do hashtag with today's date, which today is January 7th. And then we'll say exit ticket program. So this is going to be what you turn in at the end of class. At the end of class, we'll turn this program in. It'll be our exit ticket. So that should be your first 3 lines of code. Let me pause to make sure everyone gets caught up, but I want to jump ahead of you. If you hit run, nothing should happen because these are all comments, which means Python ignores these lines. Python doesn't care at all what we type after a hashtag because that is all simply a comment that is ignored when we have the code. All right. Name, date, and then put hashtag exit ticket program. This is our exit ticket program. Or you can put first program or whatever, something we know it's this week's. Okay, then we're going to go down to line 5. We're going to put a little space in here just so it's easier to read. And we're going to type DEF and a space, main, open parentheses, close parentheses, and a colon. Okay, this is going to be line 5. What we're doing here is we are defining our main function. We're telling Python, this is the meat of my program. It's all going to be in this main function. This is what I want you to do first. This is my program. So we define the main function right here by putting D. Do not capitalize anything. If you capitalize it, the Python won't understand what you're doing and it's an error. So do not capitalize anything. But put DEF space main, MAIN, with open parentheses, close parentheses, and a colon. So I have this up on my screen if you're needing to follow along. Don't capitalize anything because you get errors. All right. And let me know if you're having problems. Don't let me get too far ahead of you. I'll make sure this should be an easy 25 points today. All you have to do is turn in what we get done here at the end. Okay. Right. Everyone has their main function defined. Inside of our main function now, let's write our main. We have to put 4 spaces. Hit the space bar 4 times because anything that's part of our main function has to be indented so it knows what our main function is. And the first thing we're going to do is a print statement. That's how we get things to show up on the screen is we tell the program to print this to the screen. So right now, here's what I'm doing first. I'm just saying print with 2 parentheses. And then we're going to talk about this. Whatever I put inside those parentheses is what the program will print. So we need to put something in there. If we do that, it'll just print a blank line and we won't see anything. So let's put something inside there. Let's print hello world with an exclamation mark. Now, I'll give you a chance to do that, and then I'll show you something very important about this. So go ahead and put hello world. If you were here last semester, you already know there's an error with this line. Go ahead and get that in there. Put your parentheses, hello world. So nice little refresher for those of us who were here last semester, just to get us back into programming mode. We took a few weeks off. We haven't done anything in 3 weeks. When we run this, we get an error because it goes, wait a minute, I don't know what hello world is. It thinks that's some kind of code. Print hello world. In order for this to work without giving us an error, we have to put that in quotes. If we put it in quotes, it'll print that. When you hit run program, well, it won't do anything yet. When you put it in quotes, it'll print anything you put in quotes. It doesn't even read it. It just duplicates it exactly. But to make this work, let's go down to like line 8. After you get hello world in there, I don't want to go too fast. All we have done, according to Python, is we've put some comments and we've defined our main function. But we have not told the program to do anything yet. We just told it, hey, this is our main function. We have to go to line 8 or 7 or 9, somewhere underneath that, and tell it, okay, I'm finished, run the main function. When we type that main at the bottom, it knows, oh, you're done with the program, I'll run it. So now when you hit run program, it should print hello world as your output. So see if your program, get this typed in, hit run, and make sure at the bottom in your output window that it prints hello world. If you don't get an error, you've written your first successful program. You've printed hello world for you new folks. The rest of you guys, you've done programs before, but still, make sure this works for you. You should have hello world at the bottom with no errors. All right. Before we go on, is anyone having trouble? Anyone got an error they need help with? All right, I don't want to jump past you if you're struggling. So, okay. All right, so if you've got hello world, let's add to this now. We're going to add to this. When we write programs, being able to print things for the screen is very important, right? Otherwise, we don't even know what the program does. So we know this one. Okay, we printed something to the screen. Let's go to line 7 now. I'm going to go to line 6 and hit enter. If you go to line 6 at the end, it'll automatically indent line 7 for you, because we got to put 4 spaces in front of this and put it underneath the print. So on line 7 now, we're going to do an input statement. That means the program's going to stop and ask the user to enter something. So we can put input, if we just put input like that, input with the 2 parentheses, and hit run, when I hit run, a window pops up for the user to type something. Say when I put input with 2 parentheses, open and close parentheses, and hit run, it pops up. But how do I know what to put there? It just has this funky little .com says, I don't know what this is. This is not a good input. Look, I'll just type anything and hit there. Okay. When you use an input statement, you need to tell the user what they're inputting. And the way we do that is inside those parentheses, again, in quotes, we'll say, what is your name? ? And we'll put that in quotes. So get that written in your program. I want to pause. We're still going to make a change to this, but I want to get this one step at a time and explain it as we go. And you can test it. You can hit run and see if it pops up a window and asks you, what is your name? So when I hit run, this box says, what is your name? So yours should do that as well. So type in your name or a name or any name. Just type in a name. I'm just going to put Freddie, just because, and hit enter. And then it should just put hello world, because that's all we've told it to print. We haven't told it to do anything except print hello world and ask the user their name. But let's do something with that name. Let's print their name. So I'm going to need another print statement. Now here's the problem. So I put a print statement on line 8. I haven't put anything in it yet. I just have a blank print statement. Here's the problem. We haven't saved their name. They input their name, but we didn't save it. We didn't say, hey, by the way, when they enter their name, save it here for me. So we need to go back to line 7 and say, this is their name. Name equals. So that way, when the user enters their name, Python will save it for us. It'll save it for us using the variable called name. So add that on line 7. Name equals. And then we're going to print the name. Just put name inside those parentheses. So on line 8, print name. And then test that. See if you get any errors. Hopefully there's no errors if you have everything typed in correctly. But let's test that. Let's see if it prints the name you type in there or whatever you type. It should print anything you type, whatever you type in there. Make sure you got no errors, that it's doing correctly. You test it, it runs, it looks good. And it's going to print exactly what you say. So when I run mine and I say, my name is Darren, it says hello world, and then it says Darren. Oh, okay. No errors. That's working. All right. So we can ask the users for input, and then we can use what they tell us and print it. We can use that in our program. Whatever they enter, we can use in our programs. That's important to make programs interactive. That way the program does something different every time you run it. It's going to print a different name, whatever you type. All right, we're going to add something else to our program then. Let's go to line 9. And let's say I'm doing this as a long name on purpose, but we're going to do some math. We're going to take the product of 2 numbers. So I'm calling it, this is one, I want to save it. I want to save it because I'm going to print it. Just like we had name equals, I'm going to say the number product equals. Now here's the key. I can name a variable number product. That's fine, whatever I want to call it. But I can't put a space in between there. If I put a space, that's an error. I have to put no spaces. So anytime you have a variable that has more than one word, capitalize the second word, the third word, the fourth word. You have to have more than one word. So that way, when we look at this as a programmer, that looks like 2 words to us. We can read that. Number product is 2 words. And we're just going to put 2 numbers in here. If you want to make an input statement, you can. But let's say I'm going to multiply 853 times 96. Just put any 2 numbers you want and multiply them. We multiply by using the asterisk. And again, if you want to make it fancier and make it input statements, because you were here last semester and you know how to do that, that's fine. You can have them input those. But I want to see just number product and multiply 2 numbers. And then print that. Print your answer. Print the answer. You can choose any 2 numbers you want. And then print that. And see if it works. Test your program again. Test your program again. Let me print mine. I haven't put a print on mine, but print number product. My name is Bob. And oh, it's 81888. Oh, that's a cool number. And it just kind of threw 2 numbers out there. That's what it ended up. Any 2 numbers you want out there. All right, let me point out one thing here. When we did line 6, let's look at line 6. We put hello world in quotes. When we did line 8 and line 10, we did not put that in quotes. What would happen if we did? Why did we not put that quotes? Let's take line 10. I'm going to put it in quotes. You don't have to do this. I'm just going to show you on the screen. Now I've got line 10 in quotes. Let's see what the difference is. Run the program. My name is Bob. Hello world, Bob. Look what it printed. It did not print what 853 times 96 equaled. It printed the word number products. That goes back to what I was saying. If you put it in quotes, you can type whatever you want, and that's what it'll put on the screen. I can put all kinds of weird stuff in there. It's in quotes, so that's exactly what it will print on the screen. Instead of hello world, it printed all that stuff because that's what I put in quotes. It doesn't care what you put in quotes. It'll just repeat it. So we did not want to print the word number product. We wanted to print what number product was equal to, what was stored in that variable called number product, which was 81888. That's what we wanted to print, was the result of this multiplication. So I just wanted to point out that's the difference in putting something in quotes or not putting in quotes. All right. Anyone having any errors? Everything going well? Everyone's got what you need to say. No errors, it prints a name, all that good stuff. Okay. If your program is error-free and working exactly right, hit the save button over on the right. This is how you'll save your program to turn in. When you hit that, it will save it as a Python idle.zip file. Okay, save that program. Then let's go back to our Google Classroom. Go to your classwork tab. Let's go to that assignment, that exit ticket. I say we would turn this into Buzz. I haven't told Buzz to allow attachments yet. I need to go fix that in Buzz. Maybe I should do that now while I'm thinking about it. Let me go into Buzz and allow it. But go into Google Classroom to that assignment, hit add file, and go down to file. Don't go to Google Drive. Go to file when you add on that assignment. And you should be able to select recent, and it should be the most recent file. Where it has that browse window, go to recent, and it should be the most recent file. You can attach that. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Okay, now I think it'll let you attach it in Buzz. If you want to turn it in Buzz, you can. I'll put your grade in Buzz when you get it there. Let's take a look and see if it works now. Oh yeah, you can attach it in Buzz as well. So in Buzz, it lets you attach a file here. You can also do that same thing. That most recent file in Buzz. I know some people like to make sure it's turned in and you can see that it's been turned in. And there you can do it in Buzz as well there. All right. Anyone have trouble with that? Anyone? I'm going to turn this off so I can make sure I see if anyone's like they're struggling. So that's our first assignment. And you're done for the week. We have no assignment due this week other than this that we did together in class. An easy 25-point program assignment. Most of our programs will be 100 points. Because when you write a program, that really shows me that you know something and I can give you a lot of points for it because you had to write this program. You can submit on Buzz or in Google Classroom, Isabella. Either one. It is in week 19 in Google Classroom, which may not show up if you haven't refreshed your Google Classroom because I just posted it right before class started. Yeah, either place. I'll look in both places to make sure I get it. But an easy 25-point start. And you've had a little bit of refresher on programming for you here first semester. And for your new folks, you kind of get a little bit of taste of what writing a program in Python is like. Now, we're going to spend the next week or two going through how to program in Python as a refresher for last semester folks and as training for new semester folks who were not in Python first semester. So we want to get you up to speed, and I am always here to help you. Let me talk about our schedule because it's changed this semester. If you heard last semester, it's different. All right. Mondays and Tuesdays is our normal class days. So we'll have class every Monday, Except for 2 weeks from now, there's a holiday on Monday, so we'll meet on Wednesday like we did this week. So if there's a holiday on Monday, if we don't have school on Monday, we meet on Wednesday. But we meet Mondays and Tuesdays, so we'll meet on Monday. Wednesday and Thursday, you only have to come to class if your grade's below 70%. If your grade's above 70%, you've got Wednesday and Thursday off. So any classes that's below 70%, you have to attend those classes on Wednesday and Thursday, right? That's different than last year because it used to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This year on Friday, we have no Google Meets being held. No teacher will have a meet on Friday. Friday has changed because what we're going to do on Friday is if your grade drops below 65%, okay, we'll do a little bit of grace. You can, 70. If it drops below 70, you got to be here Wednesday and Thursday. But if it drops below 65 and it stays that way for 3 weeks in a row, oh, you're below 65, you're still below 65, you're still below 65, then that next Friday, you will be required to come in person. Friday is an in-person day in our virtual lab, which is behind me on the other side of that wall. You'll come in person on Friday because of whatever class you're failing or not failing. At least you might have a 63, but if it's been that way 3 weeks in a row, you have to come in person because we're not holding any Google Meets. So that way all of us are available to help with any student that has been struggling for 3 weeks in a row. Because our goal here is not just get through the semester. We want to get through the semester with everybody passing, everybody getting your credits, everybody graduating on time. Everyone's doing hunky-dory, right? We're all happy accomplishing what we need to accomplish. If we're staying in that below 65, there's a good chance you're going to fail. If you week after week after week and you're below 65, we've got to help you and get that up. So that way you'll be here on person on Friday. If you're struggling in history, the history teacher, if you're struggling in science, if you're struggling in programming, I'll be here. I'll probably bring you from the lab in here to my desk and we'll work on programming together. Or I may come in there and help you in that room. Just depends on how many people. If it's too crowded, I'll bring you in here and we'll work on it together. And I'll say, okay, what are we struggling with? What are we not understanding? Why do you need help writing this program? And I will be there side by side with you to help you get caught up. So that way you're great to get up and you'll be in great shape. Now, here's the downside of that. If your grade stays below 65 and you have to come in person, and then next week you have to come in person again, and the next week you have to come in person again, which means your grade's not going up. 3 weeks to go, if you're required 3 weeks in a row to be here on Friday, then the principal meets with your parents and says, okay, maybe virtual is not the best place for this student. They're going to need to go back and be in the building. Yeah, that's what we want to avoid. If you're a virtual student, we want to help you be successful as a virtual student because not everyone is. Some people struggle. I had students fail first semester. A lot of those students got sent back to the building because they failed, and they probably failed more than one class. So they're back at West and BHS now. We want to avoid that. We want you to succeed. We want virtual school to be a successful venture for you, something that really helps you. And so that's what Fridays are for. And if you're there 3 weeks in a row, even our help isn't helping you be successful. And that's why they're going to send you back to the school. But we don't want that. We want you to be successful. So that's what Fridays. Don't look at Fridays as a bad thing. Look at the Fridays like, okay, I'm not getting this. I'm really struggling on my own. I need some help. I need the teacher to help me because I'm not doing well. And that's when we get to where we just get, I just give up because I'm behind. I'm failing. We don't want to get to that point. We want to get you back to where you feel good and things are going well. And you're like, yes, when I do that grade check, I can be happy about it. So, all right, guys, any questions on that, on the schedule, on Fridays, what that all means? Anything on this programming? Everyone got their program. It worked. Didn't have any errors, any issues. Anytime you're writing a program throughout the semester, if you're having problems, come to class on that Wednesday and Thursday. Or email me. You can email me and you can send me you can save your program and send it to me and say, here's my file, Mr. Brock. I'm having an error on line 11. I don't know how to fix it. Super. I will look at your program. I'll help you figure out that error. And I'll even back and say, oh, you forgot to space it. You got to space it. You got to put 4 spaces because that's in front of your function, right? Your main function. Or you forgot to put the colon at the end, or you missed the parentheses, or whatever the error is. I'm happy to help you and email you back so that way you can fix your error. I want you to turn in programs that are error free, and I'm happy to help you figure out those errors. So don't just go, oh, it's got errors, so I'll just turn it in. No, we want you to get 100% of the points because programs are worth 100 points. Today was just worth 25 points because I wrote it with you. And we have regularly little 5-question multiple choice quizzes. Those are only worth 25 points too. Programs are 100 points. Those will swing your grade a lot more. It takes 4 of these multiple choice assignments to equal 1 program. So programs are very important to try to get as many points as you can. And we'll be talking about that more in the next couple of weeks. So, all right, guys, that's all we have for this week. We don't meet again because Friday is not going to be any Google Meets all semester. We'll meet again on Monday. We'll look at next week's lesson. Well, we'll go over that together. It was an assignment. It's another programming thing like this was this week. We'll help you. We'll review some more about programming, and we'll have a program to write next week before we get into our lesson later on. So have a great day. We'll see you. Have a great weekend.